Russia wants to start a war with NATO. Surprise, it's 21st century. You're probably saying no way, they would never do that. Yeah, you're right, there is nothing to suggest that. Except for 19 Russian explosive drones flying into Poland and destroying buildings. Except for armed Russian soldiers crossing the border with Estonia. Except for Poland, Romania, Estonia and Lithuania officially confirming that Russian fighter jets and drones illegally entered their airspace. All this fucking year alone. So yeah, except literally everything. But sure, nobody wants to start a war with you, especially so friendly country like Russia. That's just how they show love to you. I know, the idea of Russian attacking the European Union or NATO sounds absurd today, but an attack on Ukraine sounded just as absurd 4 years ago. History is repeating itself. The same people who didn't believe war was possible 4 years ago are the same people who don't believe it now. I'm Ukrainian. 4 years ago I was the same. I couldn't fully believe Russia would attack us. Like, why? I'm not here to scare you, I'm here to warn you, because I know exactly what it looks like when Russia comes to destroy your home. No. To denazify you. The threat called Russia has existed throughout all of European history. This so-called friendly Russia has been at war for most of its existence. In total, Russia has initiated more than 50 military conflicts. But that was long time ago, that was the Soviet Union, who even cares, blah 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 blah. Fine, so let's look at Russia after the collapse of the USSR. Just 10 wars in 34 years. And that's not even counting the smaller conflicts in the North Caucasus. Out of those 34 years of independence, Russia has spent only 3 years not at war. 3 years, brother. Out of those 34 years. No, they definitely not planning to attack you. Don't worry. Russia has deployed 350,000 troops near NATO borders. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just a big armored barbecue party near border. Actually, they do this every year. They call it military exercise. Maybe that's true, but this time they have deployed almost twice as many troops as last year. And by the way, when Russia placed troops near Ukrainian borders before the full-scale invasion, they called that exercise too. So think about it, my Western colleagues, how easily do this exercise cross the border and become your war. Of course, it's not convenient for them to open a new front and attack European Union, NATO countries, but let's be honest, the war against Ukraine was also fucking obviously unprofitable for them. And yes, I agree, attacking the Baltic states right now would be like shooting themselves in the foot, but let's not forget one crucial thing. The stupidity of dictators who want everything all at once. Take Hitler as an example. In 1941, after the division of Poland, he could have continued cooperation with the USSR. Or at very least, he could have avoided starting a war with them, which would have been the most rational choice for him. But he didn't give a damn. And after the dividing Poland, he attacked the Soviet Union, a decision that ultimately led to his defeat. Putin is also a dictator, and he absolutely has the ambition to attack NATO countries. Right now he's warming things up, launching drones into NATO territory, violating NATO airspace with military aircraft, and recently even crossing a land border when several armed Russian soldiers entered Estonia. This is how he tests reaction. He probes how countries respond to direct aggression against them. And what does he see? Pretty fucking much nothing. No real response, no action, just useless statements of concern. The kind Russia wipes its ass with. Who the fuck cares about your concerning, bro? Putin sees the impotence of the European Union and NATO countries when it comes to defending themselves and each other, and that tells him one crucial thing: NATO is not ready to act. That means he can attack one country and there is a very real chance nobody will intervene. Russia isn't asking, can I do this? They are asking, will anyone stop me? I wouldn't be surprised if Baltic country gets attacked and then immediately pushed out of the NATO under the excuse of avoiding a larger war or some other bullshit. The main question is why? Why would Putin attack Europe? Why did he attack Ukraine? The easy answer is because Putin is insane. But the problem isn't just Putin, the problem is Russia itself. Modern Russia is an empire, and empires cannot exist without war. War is how an empire survives. Actually, I won't go deeper into this here, otherwise this video will get even longer. I will make a separate one about it later. Putin would likely start with the Baltic states, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia. Why? Because geographically they are the most vulnerable. They have smaller armies and historically they know exactly what Russian occupations looks like. I'm not afraid to call them our brothers because they contribute a huge share of their budgets to supporting Ukraine. They understand better than anyone that if Ukraine falls, they could be next. A Russian attack on the NATO is only a matter of time if Russia is not stopped. So the real question is, what can I do to prevent this? How do you stop Russia before it reaches your country, before it burns your city, before it kills your children, before it destroys your culture? The answer is simple. Support the people who are already fighting Russian aggression. Ukraine has been fighting for 4 years and we are destroying the aggressor's army every single day. There are thousands of videos showing destroyed enemy vehicles, tens if not hundreds of thousands of videos showing eliminated enemy troops, strikes on oil refiners that directly damage the aggressor's economy. Ukraine has done something many thought was impossible. We stopped a much larger enemy, but we are not infinite. We are exhausted. We cannot do this alone. The United States has barely helped Ukraine for over a year now. We appreciate the support from European Union, but against such a massive and powerful enemy, it's simply not enough. That's why I'm asking you, people who accept reality and actually care, support Ukrainian army. An army that is protecting not only its own homes, but also the homes of European Union countries, whether they like it or not. Choose any volunteer fund you know, you trust, and donate any amount, $1 or $2, every penny is important. If you want to support the Ukrainian army financially and you don't know any charity funds, I will leave a link to a trusted charity fund that I personally trust and donate to regularly. My Western friends, I don't want you to experience what I have experienced. That's actually why I made this video. Thank you for your time and good luck.